Hello, and welcome to Cricket Central, our weekly cricket program. I'm your host, Dr. Abbas Masood, and with me is my co-host, Mr. Afzal Hussain, who is joining us from Birmingham. And also, I have a very special guest today, Dr. Khalid Shahzad. Khalid is a keen follower of cricket. He has played good level of cricket in his days when he was in college and club cricket. Now he follows cricket very regularly. So welcome both of you, Mr. Afzal Hussain and Dr. Khalid Shahzad.
Thank you so much, and
Thank you,
welcome, Dr.
thank you,
Dr. Khalid and Dr. Abbas.
thank you very much.
Okay, so today we really are happy. All the cricket followers of Pakistan team are really happy. What happened last night? After 22 years, Pakistan team finally managed to beat Australia in an ODI series in Australia. It's a really very, very good news after negative and depressing news we have been hearing for last months and years. Right, folks?
Yes, exactly.
Indeed.
So I'm extremely happy, not just because of Pakistan won, but because of my prediction coming right spot on. I predicted exactly 1 week ago in the same show, which you might disagree last Sunday, but I predicted it's going to be 2-1, and I'm over the moon. And not just because Pakistan won, but my prediction was spot on.
Let me
For
ask
that
you,
reason, I'm
you
excited.
2-1 in Pakistan's favor or Australia's favor?
I did predicted it for in Pakistan's favor because of that momentum, that confidence, and that backing they had. So I just thought like Pakistan can beat Australia 2-1 easily.
Yes, you are a bit more optimistic. I have to confess that my prediction went totally wrong, and I'm not unhappy about that. I'm happy that I was wrong. I actually predicted Pakistan will lose 3-0, and it didn't happen like this. And everybody was surprised and happily surprised. Let me ask Khalid, were you expecting this 2-1, result from Pakistan?
No, I wasn't. I have been following Pakistan teams to Australia for since 80s and 90s. I never thought this team especially. I knew that they will bowl very well. I had a feeling that they'll be able to restrict Australia. But the way we batted, that was a very pleasant surprise to me. A very, very pleasant surprise. Even after in the first match, obviously we didn't bat that well. In the second match, the way we chased that down, it was highly impressive. Very impressive. These were not slow wickets. Regards this momentum coming in from Pakistan versus England, those were played on completely different pitches with completely different bowling attacks. So you can't compare that. But it was such a pleasant surprise, especially the way our openers played. The bowling obviously was very good. There are no opinions about that.
Yes,
No opinions about that. The
the whole
batting
team
was the
had a
chase.
positive. The whole team had a
Chase
positive
was
state of mind. Think
amazing.
everything was positive, right? Even the captaincy was positive. What do you think about captaincy?
Yes.
Rizwan captaincy. Khalid, how do you think?
Rizwan has always been, I still believe that to be honest, since when Babar was playing, Rizwan used to be the captain on the field. He's very proactive. He's a very attacking captain. And the way the way he put slips in today, you saw that he put 2 or 3 slips. If for quite a long time he persisted. He's a very attacking captain, and I just enjoyed watching him captain this. I think he's going to be a very good captain.
Yes,
I still do.
we traditionally, particularly lately, we have very, very defensive captains.
Yeah.
Go for Misbah or Babar. They are very, very defensive. And the Afzal, I would like you to comment on that. The way he did Rizwan, he knew that he did not have any genuine fifth bowler, but he went for juggler. He just finished all the fast bowler, 4 of them, and he wanted to finish the job done by first fast bowler without needing for fifth bowler. What do you think about that strategy?
Yeah, so just like Dr. Khalid mentioned, like he's very attacking personnel, and also he's got the experience. He's done captaincy in PSL. He's done captaincy for KPK as well. So he had that experience, and also in recent past, he's been a very key figure on the field for Pakistan team, even when Babar Azam was captain. So his mindset and his thought process about the captaincy was on a different level. And as you mentioned, like he went all out on attack. So He used his main prime bowlers, so he never let them. Although it's sometimes attack can be over attack can hit you back as well, but he went all out attack on them, used his prime bowlers, and he got the results. That's it. So I think for any captain, you got to be brave enough, and if you're thinking or if your strategy is here and there, you cannot succeed. So either you go all out or you stay defensive. So there's no middle ground to that. So full credits to him as well, and also to the bowlers who backed his plan.
Yeah, you
Yes,
need
yes,
to have.
bowler. I mean, they actually won the series for Pakistan mainly. I was a little bit. My question is, Khalid, you being a fast bowler in your days, so I think I'll ask your opinion. I know the fast bowler they bowled very well, but look at the pace. I mean, their
It's
pace
very
has
low.
been decreased significantly. Just see this. I mean, Shaheen. He used to bowl like a mid 140s easily. Now I was looking at he was bowling at 130, 132, sometime 129, and then go to
135.
Naseem.
Yeah, he's averaging 133, 134.
And look
This
at
has
Naseem.
been a big surprise.
Yeah,
This
Naseem
has
did
been
not
for
bowl
me.
any ball 140 plus, and same as Hasnan, he was not bowling. And actually, Rauf, he was the fastest of them all, but he was rarely touching 140. So particularly, I'm worried about I'm worried about Shaheen and also Naseem. You think they're not very fit, or they just don't
I
want
don't
to
know.
exert themselves?
This is a very pertinent question. To be honest, I was very surprised. He bowled well. He was swinging the ball today. For a change, at least he started to
Yes,
swing again. So at least that was one good sign. But he used to swing at pace. The advantage with Shine Afridi was that he used to swing at pace. He wouldn't give you time. He swung late and the ball was quick. He's lost pace. The way Sean Abbott was hooking him, pulling him, it looked like a very ordinary ball. He did take wickets, but his pace is down. Definitely, he's at least 10K down now from what
at
he
least
used to
yes, you're
be
right.
in his prime, at least 10. And even Naseem Shah wasn't very quick. He used to be pretty quick too. He used to bowl in mid
Because,
140s. And he was bowling in 130s too. As Asnan touched late 130s. Asnan, I don't rate him as a very high quality fast bowler. But these two, they were definitely. I don't know what has happened to Shine Afridi. It's such a
so
strange thing.
yeah, Afzal, let me ask you this thing about Hasnan. You know, Hasnan is main, his weapon is pace. Okay,
Yeah.
his action is good, and he was recently in Pakistan domestic cricket, he was bowling very fast. But why he's cautious? He's worried about that he'll be called for his action. So why he was so cautious? He was bowling like low 130s.
Yeah, so let me come back to this drop of pace. Well, coming back to Shaheen Shah Afridi, back in 2022 when Pakistan was playing in Australia, if you remember, so he got injured before in that tournament, and everyone around him was advising him to have a rest, and because there was a lot going on in terms of fatigue, and he was all around playing different leagues, and after that injury, when he came back, he definitely dropped his pace, and he was not the same Shine Shah Afridi as Dr. Khalid mentioned, because his main weapon was swing, but that swing with pace. So we've seen that 2021 uh, spell of him against India when he got rid of Rohit Sharma and then KL Rahul. So that was all about pace and swing. Then he lost his pace, and now he's not the same Shine Shah Afridi, to be honest. But at least the good thing is he's getting into the rhythm. And coming back to Hasnan's bowling action was deemed illegal when he was playing in 100. So when he started working on his rehab, he changed his action a little bit, and then he worked on his fitness. Now I think he's more focusing on getting on to the rhythm rather than bowling fast, because he just made a comeback into Pakistan Cup, which happened in Faisalabad. Before that, he was here in the UK working on his rehab program. So I think he's done fine, but definitely he's cautious. He's just bowling good lengths, and there is a lot of competition, to be honest. Four fast bowlers, so you got to rather take wickets than to go and bowl very fast. So maybe on Hasnan's defense, he's just being careful to be bowling in good areas rather than bowling fast.
But unlike Naseem and unlike Shaheen, he doesn't swing the ball much. His main weapon
He
is
used
just
to bowl
pace.
fast. That's right. He used to bowl fast and express pace, and then he used to get that extra bounce as well. But after this rehab, I've seen him in Pakistan Cup as well. He definitely is focusing more on his line and length rather than his pace. So maybe it's something to be done with his fitness, or I think the rehab program he worked on. Maybe it's part of that to be carrying himself for a longer run. I don't know, but only him and management can tell.
I'm also concerned about the bench strength of Pakistan fast bowling. Um, how do you think that? Let me ask Khalid. What do you think that is there any bench strength? Coming fast bowler coming in the domestic? I don't see any famous or any outstanding talent coming up.
Yeah, I think they were talking about Sanullah, but he's also got injured now, and I've heard that he's not the same bowler. So he had pace. He was. I don't
Oh,
think there's anyone else. I mean, the bowlers that we saw against England, they were just medium pace
I
bowlers, weren't
mean,
they?
we saw a bowler
They
like Khuram Shahzad and Muhammad Ali. They
yeah,
aren't like a kind of
yeah,
trundlers.
Mohammad
I mean,
Ali.
they're like
He's
125,
run of
128 pace bowling.
yeah, run of the mill bowlers.
So
They're not special.
there is Mohammad Wasim Jr. Mohammad Wasim Jr. His express
Yeah,
is fast, and he played the World Cup as well, and he performed in few matches. And then you got Dhani as well, but the problem with Dhani as well was that to do with his fitness. So he's fast. You have Hasnan as well, and I'm talking about in domestic circuit. And then Khurram Shahzad and all this lot you mentioned, they are just the medium paces. But Dhani, it's got pace.
Dhani is fast.
Mohammad
Yes.
Wasim, Mohammad Wasim got pace, but the thing is, they need to be working more on their fitness rather than anything else. And they can be a good backup of these four fast bowlers.
I mean,
But
the
I still
way
think. Sorry, Wes.
the way mismanaged. I mean, Sanullah's case. I mean, that's criminal. I mean, seriously, he's such a new, such a talented. Like he has everything. He has a height. He has a pace. Everything. But now I don't think that he'll come back. And if he comes back, I mean, he will not be the same as Sanullah.
Sanullah, when he was the bowler of PSL, and I was standing on the ceremony with him, he was just like what I call a very humble, a very down to earth person, and he was just holding the trophies, and he was waiting for someone to take them trophies with them so he can go to the dressing room. So a very simple man, but I think now if you go to the social media and watch his recent videos, I think it's something to do with his mindset as well. He's lost it. Actually, he's playing tape ball in his village. He's gone back to his village, wherever it is in KPK,
Tribal areas.
and yeah, tribal areas, and he's playing tape ball, playing with the kids, making TikTok videos. And not on his part, on his defense, I will say it should have been handled with efficiency and effectiveness. To be honest, because
Oh, well, there's
these
no
players,
question. Yeah, his case was mishandled. He was misdiagnosed and it was mistreated. That's why the whole he's not coming back. Hopefully he does, but we're not very
he
hopeful.
won't.
Now you mentioned Wasim Jr. Wasim Jr. is a bright spot. I think he is a very good bowler. He's an athlete. He's a good fielder, and he's a potentially good lower order batsman. Also, he
Batter
played
as good fielder
yeah,
as well, gun
good
fielder.
fielder, and he performed well in World Cup. Also, I think he was injured. Now I'm glad that he's coming back. He's representing Pakistan A team. The match is starting tomorrow against Sri Lanka at Rawalpindi. Let's hope that he's fit. I mean, we need Wasim Jr. back.
Definitely.
I think he played in England to county in hundreds to hundred or one of these 220 leagues. I saw him playing here. He's got this sling. He's a very good one-day bowler. He's a very good one-day bowler.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
I don't
this
think he's
is
a test bowler, but I think he's a very good one-day bowler.
One day bowler. Yes, he performed well in the World Cup game as well in India.
Yeah, he's
So
a one-day. He's a very
definitely a
good
short,
one-day bowler.
yeah, short format bowler, T20 or ODI. But you're right, not
And
a test bowler.
death bowling very good death
Yeah,
bowler too.
he reversed the ball very good.
Yeah, he's a very
so.
good reverse.
You folks think that this is like a beginning of a new era in Pakistan's white ball cricket, or just like a flash in the pan, or what do you think that in coming days? I mean,
I,
particularly
the only
tough series in South Africa. What do you think that Pakistan will do better now after this newfound confidence?
I think so. Wes, the only thing which I'm not very sure about is we haven't seen our middle order and late middle order bat properly in this series. So these two matches, the top 3 and 4, they got all the runs. The first match, we saw them, but they were not very impressive. So only the worry is, have they got the depth for large scores? The top 4 are very good. I can see that. The top 4 is very good. And Babar Azam, I'm a big fan of him. I'm a huge fan of Babar. And I'm so happy that he's back in the team. And he makes a huge difference.
Let me tell you about my opinion about Babar. I think aesthetically, if you ask me, I am watching cricket for a very, very long time. So he is my 3 batsmen I like to watch, even they don't score like the way he play. You know who is the other? It's David
One
Gower.
between Zamam and Yusuf Johanna.
Mine are different. David Gower, Mohsen Khan, and now Babar. Really, you like to watch and the way they play cricket. They are very great player, has been in the recent past, Kohli, Tendulkar, everything, but the way Babar plays. But at the same time, I'm not very impressed. I think he is overrated cricketer. He has not proved his talent. Hopefully he does. He was playing very good actually in this. It looks like he's a good touch. He's middling the ball very well. He was like very positive state of mind he has now. So hopefully this is the beginning of new era for Babar, which is not only good for him, but also good for Pakistan. So, but as Khalid, you mentioned, I'm really concerned about the lower middle order. All 3 main lower middle order batsmen, Saud, Agha, and also now Ghulam, I think they are not very comfortable against genuine pace and moving ball. Right, Afzal, what do you think?
Irfan Niazi as well, you have another one, Irfan Niazi. The good thing
he's from Imam isn't he?
Yeah, so about Irfan Niazi is that I think I haven't seen that type of a fielder in whole Pakistan cricket circuit. I'll be honest. I've seen him in PSL. He's proper athlete. And I think these kind of cricketers, when they get into a team, they kind of motivate others to be fit, to be running around. Like you must have seen in the first and second game, the catches he took and one incredible save that he made, almost stopped that 6. So, but then again, he's not, his natural instinct is that he can play the ball around, hit some 4s, take 1s and 2s, but hitting those big 6s, we're still in search of that particular uh, player who can play down the order. And I think that hunt is still going on. I've seen Abdul Samad in Pakistan Cup, so I hope if PCB works on him, and then we find more and more cricketers who can bat down the order, because the names that you mentioned, they're not that good enough to really chase on 7 or 8 in over in any of the games coming forward, because we have Champions Trophy lining up very soon.
You're right. Actually, I totally agree with you about Irfan Niazi. I saw him very briefly. He's like a tremendous fielder, athlete, very young, very fit. So I hope they will persist with him. He will get a long run. And I see a lot of talent in him. I actually liked him. Okay. So one more area which concerns me, and there is no good spinner in Pakistan team for white ball cricket at least. Right?
Exactly. I think Dr. Khalid can talk about this thing as well, and then I can comment further.
About the spinners in the Pakistan team. I don't think we've got very good one-day spinners. Yeah, I don't think we've got very good. We've got a test match, I think. Well, they're not very good, but they've got good spinners, but not in one day. We haven't got someone like Saklan.
That's a concern. So, Afzal, what do you think?
And not a very good. We don't have a very good leg spinner too. That's the other problem. We always used to.
Yeah, exactly.
No good.
You know what? What the wrong things that we have done in last few years, that we have given too many chances to just one player. That was Shadab Khan, and we didn't give that much to Usman Qadir. To be honest, the amount of chances that we given to that we gave to Shadab Khan, the same if it could have been given to Usman Qadir, because he was a genuine spinner. If you see his wickets, the way he used to bowl a googly, he used to bowl that leg spin, those flighted one, the drifter and everything. And his average was 18 in T20 and at a good economy. but we missed out on him. We didn't cash on him, and then he was retired from cricket. I hope the management, if they talk with him, because he's the one spinner. We can play him in T20s and ODIs. I don't see any good spinner in the circuit. There is one Osama Mir. We have tried him, but then again, there is one Arafat Minas and Mehran Mumtaz, but he's a finger spinner, Mehran Mumtaz. But we got to have a
I
quality
mean,
wrist spinner.
also for spinner, you have to bowl in first class cricket like many. But you know that I think that Minhas, I mean, he has not played any first class cricket yet. So how can you become like a wicket taking ODI bowler? I mean, maybe T20 is okay, but not in ODI or not in Test at all. So now, after this success in ODI series, what do you guys think that coming the T20 series with Australia? So let me start with Afzal. You are a bit more optimistic, were, and I'm sure you are still are. So what you expecting that result would be? The competition would be competitive one, or you think is the way?
I think it's going to be very, very positive for Pakistan the way they won this series, and also I think Pakistan is more strong in T20s as compared to the ODIs. I still believe that, despite of my prediction that I predicted they will win 2-1, but still I believe Pakistan are more on, like, the shorter it goes, the better they are. They're not very good at test. They, although they've proven as strong in Pakistan, but then 50 over game is also a longer format, and very well mentioned by Dr. Khalid that we haven't seen the best of Pakistan's middle and lower order yet. So we can comment on that once we see that in South Africa or against West Indies. But T20, I think Pakistan is good. They've got Babar Azam back in form. When we got Salman Agha, all these cricketers, Saim Ayub is in good touch. And the confidence he's got, I think he's going to go big now. He's got good confidence. He was hitting nicely. Abdullah Shafiq as well, and all these cricketers. So T20, I'm really expecting Pakistan to win because everyone is on the peak in terms of the morale and the confidence.
I don't think that Abdullah Shafiq or even Sam are playing against the 20 against Australia coming days. So let's see the new player how they perform. I think it's not a bad thing to give chances of the new player. You need to develop your bench strength, so this is fine. And then Toure coming for Zimbabwe. I'm glad that they are trying some new players, and it's I mean obviously Zimbabwe is not as Australia and actually a bit easier compared to Australia. Hope it's a good time to introduce new players. Okay, so let's see what happens. But now the new, I mean, actually news, which is a more coming up now, very disappointing one. That's India, although as expected, has informed Pakistan Cricket Board that Indian teams are not coming, which is again a disappointing one, but not unexpected. So, what should Pakistan the option should be? Let me ask you, Afzal, to you. I mean, so maybe hybrid, arrangement, or just do without India, or what do you think that Pakistan should do?
I think at the moment we already did a hybrid model, which was in Asia Cup, and that did to Pakistani players because they were traveling to Sri Lanka, traveling back, and you know a lot of traveling was going on. And even being the host country, we were making efforts for the other countries who are not interested to come to Pakistan, especially India. So there is no point that Pakistan should expect a hybrid model because we have seen enough. It's been 15 years, like after that 2009 incident. We've seen Australia coming to Pakistan. We've seen England coming to Pakistan twice in last 2 years. So New Zealand, South Africa, all these countries, they have visited Pakistan. So I don't think so. There should be any reason for India to not come, and it should be for the betterment of cricket because it should be different from all other angles, whatever media is discussing, whatever uh, the debate is. But I don't think so. It's a very good gesture from Indian government or BCCI because Pakistan has always been trying to make these competition healthy, sending Pakistan team for the World Cup and making sure the game and this bond develops, because Pakistan Indian cricket match is, I think, one of the biggest in the world. It's no less than any. There is no bigger game than Pakistan India. So for
Exactly.
that to happen, we need to have good relations. India should have should have accepted to come to Pakistan, but now Pakistan cricket board, and I've been reading from news that some of the sources that now Pakistan have decided that they will never play India again if they don't come to Champions Trophy. So it's not a good news for not just Pakistani and Indian cricket fans, but for cricket as a whole.
Exactly. Khalid, what do you think that what should Pakistan do?
I
Like they just do that
100%
hyper
agree with
cricket
it.
just because?
One should
Huh?
never ever agree to any hybrid cricket. Why should we agree to hybrid cricket? Rest of the world is traveling to Pakistan, and this is totally for political reasons. This is nothing to do with cricket or safety or anything. This is completely a BJP decision, and it has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with security or anything. It's a completely political decision, and Pakistan should never play. They're acting as a bully in the moment. I mean, they bully the world in a way just because they've got the money to bully us. But why should we agree to play with them? And we should not travel to India. We should just not travel to India unless it should be a bilateral thing. If they can't come, then they should be out of the tournament. Just why should we? When the rest of the 8 teams are coming, why one team we should make an exception for one team? And why? For what reason? There should be a valid reason.
Absolutely.
If the
There
security
is
is a
no reason for
concern,
that.
it should be more for the English and Australian sides rather than the Indian side.
Exactly.
There's more of a
And also, what ICC should do that they India's team, if they don't come, just replaced by the next team on the line. Like I think
100%.
it's Sri Lanka. I mean, just be with that. I mean, how many options? What is a big deal? I mean, so much so they say, okay, your team can stay in Amritsar or wherever, come to Lahore, play all the matches in Lahore. Once the match is finished, go back. It's like a suburbs of Lahore, Amritsar, like a half an hour. What's the big deal? So they
Pakistan
just
has
don't want to
literally
come.
bent over backwards for Indians to literally agree to anything that they want, even stay in Amritsar or Chandigarh and come for a day game and go back. To me, even that is wrong. They should be staying where the other
Yeah,
teams are,
exactly.
and even that they should not even be offered that. But PCCB has been very good. I mean, you have to give credit where it is due. They have tried their
Yeah,
best.
exactly.
There's nothing more that you can do. And we
So
have
how
traveled.
they
We traveled to India. We played in Ahmedabad when the half of the world was against us. So why can't they come?
Yeah, exactly. The last time Pakistan say, okay, we will not accept hybrid, but they eventually, like Asia Cup, they bent down and they accepted that. But hopefully this time they will not. And okay, otherwise it'll continue. Like every time there's a game, Pakistan, India say, okay, we're not coming. So they don't come, they don't come. That's fine. World goes on, cricket goes on. Cricket is good when India is playing, but without India, cricket can survive.
100%.
Yeah,
I'm 100%.
exactly. So, what do you think about this whole scenario which is building up? What is your opinion in terms of like, obviously you love cricket, and as I mentioned, there's no bigger game than India Pakistan. So, what do you think as a neutral? Don't think like a Pakistani, or don't think like you are in support of PCB's decision or whatever. So, what is your opinion and thoughts about this, Dr. West?
My opinion is very simple. Just replace India team because if they're not coming, you cannot do anything about that. Just replace the next team, which is Sri Lanka in the next ranking. It's very not good that Sri Lanka is not. They are good team now. Just replace India with Sri Lanka and continue same schedule.
100%.
Yeah,
I agree. BCC, for a change, they should put their foot down. They should
exactly.
stamp their authority.
Okay,
We are
folks.
not
Thank you
we're
so
not a
much. We had a
small
nice
nation. We're a
discussion.
big cricketing nation. Big crowds, big grounds, all the infrastructure that you need for an international games. What more do they want?
And in this situation, currently, Pakistan Cricket Board is developing Kazafi Stadium with what you call the latest technology, latest security, latest infrastructure, and same goes in Karachi as well. So PCB is just in the middle of
Spending lots of
preparing
money.
everything, and then if it doesn't happen, it's not good for PCB as well. And I've read somewhere that PCB, and from some sources, that if this doesn't happen, then PCB is going to suffer a lot of loss as well. because then it's not just a cricket match. There is a huge amount of logistics involved. They got to be broadcast, they got to be team travel, they got to be accommodation, they got to be traveling. There are 10 different things that you need to manage then. So we're just 4 months away from this tournament, and if it doesn't happen, so not just for cricket, but not only for cricket, but for Pakistan Cricket Board as well, it's going to be a very, very challenging time ahead moving forward.
Because I
Okay,
was
thank you
also
very much
hearing
for
they were
that.
planning to.
We're gonna wrap up
If,
this.
yeah, sorry, I've just
Yeah,
last
go
one.
ahead, Khalid.
There was also whispers. I was listening to. There are lots of whispers on media anyway. They were planning to shift this venue of Champions Trophy to some other country, which is absolutely nonsense. We should never ever agree to that, and ICC should never agree to this.
Yeah, ICC should take a stand now. Enough is enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Khalid and Afzal, thank you very much for participating
Very
in
nice.
this, and we had a very nice discussion, and hopefully we'll talk in coming weeks also
will.
of some exciting cricket coming in. Most exciting thing called cricket event being the Test match series between India and Australia. We'll be talking about in coming episode. Thank you.